The reason it's important for children and young people to act on climate change is because it's our future that's on the line. If we don't take a stand now, then who's going to? We're just going to be suffering with the terrible impacts of climate change in the future. My name is Vasha Yajman, and the Fridays for Future in Australia is calling all the young people to go outside of Parliament House every single Friday and strike for our futures. We're calling on our politicians to take more action on climate change. I became aware of climate change when I started seeing all these reports of drought on the news, and then I finally joined the Australian Youth Climate Coalition last year, and they started talking about Adani's mines and the fracking that was happening, and that made me realize how much it's actually affecting me and how much it's affecting my community. Everybody's suffering, and people on the front line, like our Indigenous, are definitely finding the most significant changes to their area. Climate change is a human rights issue because it affects our right to adequate life. At the end of the day, our future and our world currently is being put on the line because we're not taking action. I realized that if I don't do it, or if my generation doesn't do it, then who's going to? At home, I've been using beeswax wraps and silicone baggies to take food to school instead of things like cling wrap and aluminium foil. I've also been using cloth bags instead of plastic bags, and just taking a fork and knife set wherever I go. Plastic isn't biodegradable. That means that the more we use, the more that stays on the earth. So the less we use, the more of our earth is actually able to grow and flourish, and we can have a more sustainable environment. Heard about Greta Thunberg after a second or third Fridays for Future strike because it started getting really popularized on television, and people were shocked that a young person was doing so much for climate change. What inspired me was seeing that a person my age could actually make a difference, because before that I always thought, oh, I have to be somebody, or I have to be with a large group, but she was just an individual making a large difference by herself. If I had a message for Greta Thunberg, it'd be thank you for actually starting something that kids can be a part of, and showing the world that our youth does have a place in this world to express our opinions and to show that we need climate justice. I don't think the climate movement will ever give up, because we're always going to be fighting for climate justice. We're always going to be fighting for our futures and our right to live and to have a more sustainable environment.